Cummins. If you got a Cummins, brother, you gotta go freaking 5-inch turbo back. But we got more power, we got a straight pipe, and we got new brakes on the back. That's a huge step, a huge leap for Cummins mankind. Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video with the Flatbed. The first video surprisingly did very well. I don't know if it's because it's Hotshot, I don't know. But I wanna thank you guys so much for commenting on that last video. If you haven't checked it out, you can check it out. Everyone was in the comment section just giving awesome pointers on how to get this rig up to par. But anyways, I've been driving the rig a little bit. I put some miles on it and I've noticed a handful of things. One being that I'm pretty sure because cabin chassis derated, this thing is an absolute dog. I was pulling a trailer the other day and I'm telling you, I couldn't get above 17 mile an hour going up hills. I'm sure, you know, turbo actuator, a couple other things are playing a part of that, but holy smokes, does it have no power. Second, it's like slugging exhaust fluid. Okay, I'm going through a jug, which is what, 2.5 gallons, I think. So I'm going through 2.5 gallons of exhaust fluid every like couple hundred miles, which is wild. Next is this thing rides like an absolute tank. Now, cabin chassis, yes, upgraded leaf pack in the rear, but holy smokes, is it a rough ride. But other than that, honestly, it's a really solid rig and I actually really like it. Minus the stiff ride. That's pretty much the main thing that like really sucks. But we can change that. So anyways, what we have to do today is we got to get this thing road worthy because this truck has to go to work. Okay, so we'll talk about this in a second here. But so we gotta fix the ABS sensor. So if you guys watched the first video when I told you guys I got this rig, whatever, ABS sensor driver side rear is bad. On the lease roads in the oil field, I need 4-wheel drive. So step one, fix the ABS sensor. So I replaced the ABS sensor in the last video, didn't do anything. So it has to be something going on with the tone ring or something inside the rear rotor that's gunked up. I don't know, this truck sat for a while, so I'm assuming that there's like a ton of rust and crud and just junk in there. So step one. Step two, we have to address the power issue. This thing is a turd. And when I tell you a turd, like seriously, like flush it down the toilet, see you later. If you can't tell, I'm like super dirty. I've been working on this thing for a couple days.
All right, so this is actually the first time I ever had to needle scale a caliper bracket, but I was able to save this one. I sprayed it with some rust treatment stuff, so I got it baking in front of the heater. Huge mess of tools out. Every tool in the toolbox, I think, is out on the floor, on the bench, somewhere. So you can see here, we got the ABS sensor visible, and that was completely blocked with rust and crud and all kinds of stuff that was stuck to it. So at this point, I was grasping for straws, hoping that that was the issue. Tone ring looked fine. I was expecting that thing to be messed up or some sort. New inner axle seal, very straightforward. Usually you got to replace those anytime you do this job. New brake pads and the standard rear brake job for the truck. So just got this thing all put back together. I'm getting ready to slap it back on the axle now. I don't love doing these brake jobs on these trucks because you got to do all this, but straightforward, got to do it.
So there you can see I got the rear rotor tore off. Now these, Ram 3500, you guys are familiar with those. You got to pull the axle, pull the hub, pull the whole deal off, split the rotor off of the freaking hub, the whole deal. The tone ring was looking good, so the tone ring was fine. But when I pulled the rotor and hub off of the axle, the ABS sensor was completely just magnetized with junk, like a lot. I don't have a proper scantle. I need to get one. So here's what we're working with. On top of the ABS sensor being like absolutely corroded and crudded up with junk, the rear brakes were absolutely seized. So the pads were stuck in the pad bracket, and the slide pins were completely frozen. So we got a new rotor, we got new brake pads, and new brake pad hardware. So standard brake job in the rear, along with a rear new inner axle seal. Because when I pulled this off, the old one was like stuck, and it got all twisted up in the tone ring. So that's all new. New gasket on the axle flange. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this ABS situation is fixed. But we definitely did not have rear brakes, at least on this side. Now as for power, this is a 2015, so we can tune this puppy, EasyLink, and it's so easy. Plug in the EasyLink, fetch the file, install, you're ripping, okay? So what I did on the old cabin chassis here is I did a stage 2, brother. So stage 2, and I got all the files. So if you guys want to do like a 30, 35, 50, 100, 150, whatever, it's up to you. This is the Aisin transmission, and it is not tuned yet. So I slapped a 35er on here just to get it going. Cummins, if you got a Cummins, brother, you gotta go freaking 5-inch turbo back. Everyone said I was stupid. You know, people come and go in the shop all the time while I'm down here working, right? So they come in and they see this big 5-inch and they're like, what are you doing with the 5-inch? It's gonna be so loud. It's a work truck. You're gonna be annoyed hauling a gooseneck with that thing, whatever. I said, dude, it's a Cummins. You gotta go 5-inch. So, cabin chassis. I don't have much experience with cabin chassis. So you can see the bend of this tailpipe section. It's pretty aggressive because in the cabin chassis, the tank's in the rear. So the tank hangs off the back in between the two frame rails. So this has to navigate around the tank. But fear not, the 5-inch fit unbelievably good. So excuse the ratchet strap situation, but check out the fitment on this rig here, okay? So, I mean, we have perfect clearance around the tank, up over the axle, underneath of the gooseneck plate. There's a rigged in gooseneck plate right there, which when you get into homemade job gooseneck deals, that can really mess up your fitment of your exhaust and the over the axle piece. So everything fit beautiful. All the hangers are good. Oh my goodness. This was one of the best fitting exhausts that I have ever done. Can't see it. I put the wheel liner back in. Darn it. But nothing to see. Comes up, boom, hooks to the back of the turbo. Fitment was absolutely unbelievable. Under the hood, you got your standard cabin chassis EGR upgrade, brother. Nothing too special here. I gotta check my coolant. And what you see is what you get. I do have a throttle valve right here. Throttle valve, you know the thing, the throttle valve deal. I just had that. I don't even know where that came from. I did not get into putting that in yet, so that'll be next. All right, so we're to the point. Front tire go on, rear tires go on. We drive the rig. Real quick, I want to touch on, if you guys watched the first video on this truck, the turbo actuator is still bad. I don't have an answer for the turbo actuator yet, if I'm going to replace the actuator or if I'm going to get like a mod VGT drop-in turbo. I don't know yet, or should we do a second gen swap with a exhaust brake, like a sick one, so it sounds sick? I don't know. Don't have an answer on the actuator yet, but stand by. All right, here's first start. First start's always exciting. It never gets old. First start, brother. It hasn't been started in a while. Oh! Oh, it's obnoxious. I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh, buddy. Oh, I forgot to zip tie this wire. Crap. Grab a zip tie. Dude, freaking pumped on the Hotshot rig now. 5-inch. More power. Hopefully the ABS sensor's fixed. There's a bee. Is that bee? Oh, it's gonna sting me. Honeybee. All right, guys, we gotta go. First drive on her. No leaks. Everything checks out. I'm gonna put the Duramax in there. Put the Duramax away. All right, it's our first day above like freezing in 6 months. So all the snow's melting and it's super nice and we're t-shirt weather. What more could you ask for with a straight pipe Cummins? Oh, buddy. The throttle response is there, I'll tell you that. It did not have that before. Oh, man. Guys, I am just pumped for the weather. Oh, no. ABS light just came on. All right, we got a module bad, or we got a wiring problem. That's a freaking bummer, dude. That's an absolute bummer. Well, we fixed the brakes. The brakes needed fixed. It was definitely a 50-50 shot if we have a module bad or a wiring issue. So it seems to be the sort. So we're where we started, but we got more power, we got a straight pipe, and we got new brakes on the back. That's a huge step, a huge leap for Cummins mankind. You know what I'm saying? Oh, does it sound good? Let me put down this side. I gotta put my seatbelt on. You guys are gonna roast me. I always get roasted for the no seatbelt thing. I don't know if it's the dinging or if you guys are just looking for something to roast me on, which is fine. It's YouTube. Roast away. Oh, the power is such noticeable. I got a 35 horse cabin chassis tune, no transmission tuning on here. 35 horse, and it's extremely different. Oh man, does it feel good to finally get this thing sounding right, feeling right. Oh yeah. Stage 2, cabin chassis kit. Well, all right guys, there you have it. Stage 2 cabin chassis. Power's amazing, sound is amazing. It's a 5-inch. If you got a Cummins, you need a 5-inch. Okay, so we got the ABS light on still. I cleared the code a couple times, drove it. It's not happy. So, that's a bummer. But at least we got new brakes in the rear. We still have ABS problem. We got the turbo actuator. We're making little steps on the flatbed. We're gonna have the ultimate hotshot rig soon. But I'm staying within a tight budget, and we gotta do it quick because this truck needs to get on the road. But all right guys, thank you for tuning in today. Check out the cabin chassis stage 2 kits if you need one. You can do a stage 1, stage 2, whatever you need. First link in description, check it out. As always, thank you guys for commenting your tricks and tips below. I received a ton of them on the last video on this truck. So there you have it. I will see you on the next one. All right, so quick little data update. We got a scan tool on here. Watch, as soon as I start driving, watch left speed, wheel speed left rear. Watch the value. See? Nothing. So we got a wiring problem. So, that's a bummer. But I did a hard clear on everything, went through all the modules. Tell you what, this little auto fix deal here, it's made by Autel, or it like ripped off Autel. I'm not really sure. It works really good. Stopped over at my buddy's house. Look at that Cummins. He's just working away in there. So I gotta check, see if we're getting voltage back there, pull that thing back off, but we'll do that on the next one. Stand by.